This is Omar Amir, 235, over 6 feet, jacked, and packing friggin' heat. And you can catch me on PPW Ignition on NothingElseOn.tv.
Welcome, Platinum Pro Wrestling fanatics. I am your former commissioner of PPW, Mr. Montoya. As you already know, I am the host of my brand new show, PPW Ignition, right here every Thursday on NothingElseOn.tv and right here on our YouTube channel. So let's get ready for launch code 003.
Ignition sequence start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Welcome, PPW fanatics, to launch code 003. As you know, we have an action-packed match blasting off shortly, but first, let's introduce our PPW Ignition commentary team. Lead play-by-play commentator, Vince Hannity, and South Florida pro wrestling legend, Rusty Brooks. Now, for the first time, we will have a championship defended on PPW's Ignition. Buckle up as Rocky Radley defends her PPW Diamonds Division title versus Kaci Lennox. Now let's send it to our backstage correspondent, Samuel Zamore.
I'm Samuel Zamore, and here we're with Rocky Radley.
Shane, Samuel, whatever your name is, you can leave. Thank you. Now tonight, Kaci Lennox has challenged me for my Diamonds Division title, and I don't have a problem with it because, you see, I'm going to do to her like I've done to every single subpar, mediocre talent that they've brought in to face me. I'm going to make an example out of you, and I'm going to show you why I've had this title for a year and why I will continue to be your Diamonds Division champion because, let's face it, I'm the raddest chick in pro wrestling, and you know it.
This is launch code 003 of Ignition for Platinum Pro Wrestling. I'm Vince Hannity, joined by the veteran Rusty Brooks. And Rusty, we've got our first ever championship match on Ignition.
Oh, this is going to be an outstanding match.
Great athletes, the way it is with the Diamond Division. And here we have our champion, the raddest chick in the building, Rocky Radley. Champion for over a year, winning the title back at Cinco de Mayo Slamfest 2018, 4-0, a perfect record.
Can't do any better than 4-0 at this point.
This sounds like the signature for her opponent. And that is the #1 contender in the Diamonds Division, Charm City's sassiest angel, Kaci Lennox. And let's throw it to Talon Taylor.
And introducing first, the challenger from Baltimore, Maryland, Charles City's sexiest angel, Kaci Lennox!
Rocky Radley looking none too impressed with her opponent and the #1 contender.
And her opponent from Hollywood, Florida, the reigning, defending Diamonds Division champion, Rocky Radley!
My only question for you, Vince, is does Talon Taylor's jacket glow in the dark?
I think it glows in the dark and you can see it from space under certain conditions.
Maybe.
My question to you, Rusty, did Bruce use some of his seniority to get the position for reffing this match?
No doubt about it. Bruce is quite the ladies' man, at least from what I'm told.
Well, he's also holding up the Diamonds Division Championship. Again, this is the first ever championship defended on Platinum Pro Wrestling Ignition. Final instructions being given. And we are underway for your Diamonds Division Championship.
This will be a good one. And yes, it is the first title match, but I assume there's going to be plenty more down the road.
And sportswomanship extended by the Charm City. Rocky Radley saying exactly what she thinks of that one.
Well, you know, sometimes the champion can play mind games.
And setting up. Fake out for the collar and elbow tie-up. Knee to the midsection forearm to the back of the shoulders. And clearly caught Kaci Lennox by surprise.
Well, no doubt about that. And Rocky Radley, you know, she's the veteran. She's got the championship to defend. So she's going to do whatever she can.
And Kaci Lennox now on the offense with a nice head scissors for the rollover. And Rocky Radley decides, hey, it's time for a break to get readjusted.
Oh, no doubt about it. And, you know, as the champion again, she's got to do whatever she can to defend that belt. She's going to worry about coming out of there with her title intact.
And she'll get back in. Champion and challenger rotating around the ring. And now it's Kaci Lennox with a fake out in the collar and elbow tie with a roll up, but not even enough time to get one. Nice.
A La Magistral cradle.
Now going for the backslide, gets one. Doesn't quite get two.
Two beautiful pin attempts by the challenger.
Loving the scientific skill by Kaci Lennox, Rusty.
Beautiful double underhook suplex. She's got the champion rattled right now.
I think you're absolutely right, Rusty. Rocky Radley just in the ropes, desperate to try and get a break.
Yeah, but again, that's a smart move, and she's definitely taking advantage of it. There you go.
And there's that advantage. A lot of fake-outs we're seeing in this match, and now it's Rocky Radley on the offense. Catches the chin, gets Kaci tied up in the ropes. Knife edge chop right to the pecs. Sets her back up again. Second knife edge chop. Top break for Rocky. Almost got tied up in the ropes, but she'll catch Kaci in the ropes. Knee smash. And what's she going to do? Setting up. Sunset flip back in, and she will get it, but doesn't quite have those legs hooked if I'm seeing correctly.
No, she didn't have it quite right. But again, she almost pulled off a quick pin there.
And that's why she is our undefeated Diamond Division's champion, as Kaci Lennox reeling on the mat. Rocky coming in, grabs the hair, brings her back up from off the mat, takes her into the turnbuckle. And those punishing knife edge chops from Rocky Radley.
Yeah, no doubt. And I mean, they're all percussion blows with the attempt to drive the wind out of him and also, you know, to hurt her opponent.
almost a three-quarter snap suplex, but Rocky's certainly taking her sweet time, Rusty.
I think that's a mistake if you want to be really blunt about it.
Hooks the leg, only gets 2.
I'm wondering if that's just a sign of overconfidence.
Well, the champ is certainly not lacking for confidence at any time during her reign as Diamonds Division champion.
No doubt about that.
Kaci fighting out with the forearm smashes, but possibly a handful of hair as Rocky just slams her flat back onto the mat. Rolls her over, doesn't quite have the full body weight in, so enough for Kaci to get that 2-count kick out.
Well, I tell you what, watching this match, and I'm a little bit concerned about seems to be the overconfidence of Rocky Radley, because she's taken a very nonchalant approach to this. As a wise man once said, confidence is fine, arrogance will cost you, and certainly costing in time for Kaci Lennox to recover, but she'll have her tied up in the ropes by the champion. Almost going for a tarantula, basically a half tarantula with that leg lock, choking her out in the ropes. Well, that's using the ring to your advantage, That's what a champion does.
Goes for the cover, but again, Rusty not quite getting that full body weight, pressing down on the shoulders and pecs.
Well, again, I mentioned earlier that nonchalant appearance from Rocky. I don't know. She's just not really being as aggressive as she could be.
Duck underneath, but the second one will connect, and boy, will it connect on that clothesline.
She did some damage with it. Kaci Lennox is the #1 challenger in the Diamonds Division right now, so this is a top-flight match and a main event anywhere.
Well, credit to Rocky, firmly in control and using that champion's advantage and knowing how to use the rules to her advantage, making sure she breaks at that 4 count as she'll get Kaci back up. Puts her back in the corner for an Irish whip. Opposite corner. Kaci gets the big boot up to counter.
Beautiful counter, caught her flush on the chin.
But does she have anything left in the tank to make advantage of it as Rocky gets back up and laying in those big forearm smashes to the shoulder? And now forearms to the gut as Kaci will counter, put Rocky in the corner. Now it is Kaci Lennox going for an Irish whip, reversed by Rocky Radley. But another big boot as we're finally starting to see some offense by the #1 contender, but a spine buster by the champ.
Great counter by the veteran champion.
But gotta give credit to the fight in Kaci Lennox, still kicking out just past 2, not wasting any time, making sure there's not even any question she's kicking out at 2.
Well, she's got to do that because, the last thing you want to do is fall asleep being pinned.
You think you're gonna beat me, huh? Is that what you think?
Rocky getting a little cocky there with that big slap.
What do you do?
Now they're slugging it out.
And very much like the old song, anything you can do, I can do better. Off the ropes, forearm smash.
Bruce seems to be okay with it.
Well, those forearms are in fact perfectly legal under the rules.
This is true.
Oh, and both had the same idea at the same time, so both down on the mat, and Bruce will start the count.
Let's see who can get up first. I'd hate to see a championship match end in a double countout.
And nobody wants to see that, especially not in our first championship match here on Ignition. And count up to 7 as both competitors finally getting on up. Count will make it to 8, but Bruce decides both competitors sufficiently recovered to continue. And Kaci with a modified forearm smash, second time off the ropes. Sets up for an Irish whip, reversed by the champion.
But the third time with that big boot countered by the number one contender up on the turnbuckle.
There's a fourth.
And nice face buster off the top turnbuckle. But only good enough for 2. Wow.
I thought she had her there. Kaci Lennox almost stole one.
Rusty, I was going to say any other competitor, that would have been good for 3, but credit to our champion, Rocky Radley, for having the fight to kick out at 2. Looking to beg off. Good for the goose, good for the gander. As that's the second boot. And now goes with the head scissors. Rolls through. Tries to set up the run to the corner. Nice knee right to the chin.
That looked like it caught her.
And Rusty, that indeed connects. Big spear. Oh!
Beautiful move by the champion.
Only good for 2. And Rocky Radley having the same reaction we're having in the booth. What is it going to take to put Kaci Lennox down for 3?
Kaci is definitely a determined young lady.
And facebuster with a mic check. Only good for 2 by the number one contender. Both champion and challenger having to dig in deep to try and find that 3 count, Rusty.
Oh, yeah, they're both slugging it out. They're having a tremendous matchup. And this is the kind of stuff you're going to see in the Diamonds division here at Platinum Pro Wrestling.
Irish whip reverse duck underneath. Almost holds on to the wrist lock. Diamond cutter by the Diamonds division champion. Goes for the cover, hooks the leg, but only good for 2.
Yeah, Rocky Radley's a little distressed there. She thinks that should have been a 3 count. Definitely not happy with Bruce Owens.
Again, any other competitor than the number one contender, Kaci Lennox, that would have been 3, Rusty. The champ setting up. Misses the big boot, kick to the gut. Charm City DDT.
Goodness.
Hooks the leg, 1, 2, and that's 3.
Unbelievable. We have a new champion in the Diamonds division. And a hard-fought victory for the young Kaci Lennox.
And you hear the announcement by our ring announcer, Talon Taylor. Our first ever title match on Ignition, Rusty Brooks, and our first ever title change on Ignition.
Awesome, awesome match, and a tremendous result here with a brand new champion getting that beautiful Diamond Division Championship belt. Rocky Radley's somewhat disgusted, and, you know, she just lost the money.
You gotta watch that Charm City DDT from out of nowhere. Just the difference maker to get Kaci Lennox from the number one contender to our new Diamonds Division champion on launch code 003 for Ignition.
And the look on Rocky's face says it all.
And a special thanks to the Connecticut School of Broadcasting with 11 campuses across the eastern U.S. and 2 in South Florida. You can now take the next step in gaining hands-on experience in the radio and broadcasting field. Visit gocsb.com for more information. On behalf of Rusty Brooks, I'm Vince Hannity. This is launch code 003 for Ignition, Platinum Pro Wrestling. And fans, we've gotten another message. It's for launch code 004. Let's go ahead, send it to the back.
Estás mirando lo más pegado de Cuba, el campeón del mundo, Romeo, the mercenary Pitbull Quevedo. La semana que viene, tune in as I take on Omar Amir here on PPW Ignition. Y que viva la revolución.
Wow, history has been made as launch code 003 has crowned the new Diamonds Division champion as Kaci Lennox has put an end to Radley's year-long title reign atop the Diamonds Division. Be sure and show some support and pick up your PPW Blowout Design t-shirts at prowrestlingtees.com/Platinum Pro Wrestling. Tune in right back here next Thursday as the mercenary Pitbull, Romeo Quevedo, defends his PPW Platinum Weight title on launch code 004. I am your host, Mr. Montoya, and you know how we do it.